Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all catchers. Welcome to our first Ask Me Anything session hosted on our main Twitter X channel. I hope you are all having a great day so we can focus on the Ask Me Anything session of SpaceCatch, our lovely augmented reality and Web3 GameFi project, aiming to be the winner of the upcoming bull run. So, hello everyone, guys. It's a pleasure to meet you here on the Ask Me Anything session. I believe that you are all fine and we can focus on today's event when the huge announcement will be announced. I see that the people are still joining us, so maybe let's wait a while and we will see how many people will join us later in following minutes, and we can go ahead. Before the people will join us, maybe I can give you a huge greeting from Czech Republic, Central Europe, and London, where the co-host Dominik is also being located right now. We have a nice weather, so we believe that everything as the weather is today will be also fine with the Ask Me Anything session without any technical issues and any technical problems. I see that we have almost close to 200 people, so basically we can start. I'm very happy to introduce myself and Dominik here today, and we will be hosting the Ask Me Anything session. So maybe for the beginning, please, Dominik, introduce yourself and your role within the SpaceCatch project.
Thank you, Martin, very much for the introduction. Hi everyone, I'm Dominik. I'm the chief designer of Pixel Fields and the lead game designer of SpaceCatch. It's always a tongue twister to say all of those. My main role is basically to make sure that the game we're developing is fun and to keep us all on track.
Thanks a lot for the introduction. Well, let me introduce myself because today I will be the most important person here on the Ask Me Anything session. So my name is Martin and I'm CFO of SpaceCatch. Basically, I'm the one who will be responsible for the smooth progress of the Ask Me Anything session today. And also the reason why I'm here is that I'm the one who you can meet next week in Dubai on the biggest crypto conference of this year, Token 2049. So if some of you guys are going to be there, feel free to ping me there later and we can meet there. I can show you everything what we have done so far. I believe it will be a huge and great meetup in the SpaceCatch history, as we are also going to meet there a lot of our partners, what we are in touch for more than 2 years right now. So that's it. I see that we have almost 300 people here right now live. So let's start with the Ask Me Anything session itself. So first of all, I would like to say that the session will be divided into 2 parts. As the first part of the session, I would like to use for the summary of the last 2 years of the development, because as I mentioned, this is the first Ask Me Anything session held on our main channel. So I can give you like a brief summary what happened during the last year. Then the second part will be about answering your questions. We were collecting the questions the whole today. Most of the questions were repeating, so we will be focusing on them. Also, I would like to mention here that the questions will be answered in more general way. So the detailed questions about, for example, the NFT utilities and so on, it's all mentioned in the white paper. So if you are very interested in the deep aspects of the GameFi itself, so you can check the white paper. So let's start with the summary. I'm very happy that I see that we have close to 400 people here right now. So I can say that with the SpaceCatch, we are very happy with the progress and community building, what we achieved so far. It all started in 2001, 2021, 2022, when in our main business, we were focusing on the project with augmented reality. During that time, we developed a fantastic concepts and the codes with the augmented reality utilities. So we were thinking about how to find a way how to entertain people as much as possible with current technology of augmented reality and web-free utilities. So we, as a gaming project being developed by a professional development gaming studio, we relied on data. On data, we were analyzing what can be very entertaining for people, what can be very entertaining for gamers, and we came with the idea of augmented reality game. Basically, it's following our 5 team values, what we can talk later about. And one of them is having at least existing market with at least 100 million existing users. From that time, the SpaceCatch is clarifying as a Pokemon Go killer. As you can know, even 8 years after launching the Pokemon, there is more than 100 million active daily users of Pokemon Go. So we started the development of the SpaceCatch in 2022. It was a fantastic, and with the pixel field, we made a huge progress from the very beginning. I remember as about a year ago, we started with the beta version 0.10, and as you know now, we are way far than that. We started developing the tokenomics, we were doing the initial partnerships, and even though it was a bear market, we were very focusing on the delivering results and all the planning, as we understood that it was the core of the SpaceCatch itself, and we really wanted to deliver the game. So we started with the pre-sale planning, we started with the VC connections, we started with the community building. As I can see right now, a lot of familiar faces who are in touch with us more than 1.5 years. So we started with the community building, we started with the game design itself to make it even more developed and professional. We started also with the data collection, and as you can know, it all finished with basically started with the very successful pre-sale of the Catch token and also very successful pre-sale of the NFTs, what was sold out in 6 weeks, in 33 seconds. So here we are right now. We, in a 1.5 year, made a fantastic progress. Right now on SpaceCatch, there are working more than 25 people full-time, and we are really heading to launching a great game, what will have a real utility and will really have a chance to become the best GameFi project on the market so far. We really understand that the upcoming bull run may be also important for you, as most of the people from the community are token investors. So we will be also focusing on that part to just satisfy all the community members, as we understand also with various purposes to being with the project. So also, as I mentioned, we are strictly attached to 5 company values, what we are holding every day, and we are reminding them all the time. Let me refer. The first one was, as I mentioned, always having a huge amount of active users. With SpaceCatch, we entered a market where we know that people are very fascinated and gamers love just augmented reality games with GPS format. Based on that, we just developed the SpaceCatch augmented reality game with web-free features, what is very easy to describe just in 5 seconds, so people can really understand the concept of the project and what the game will be about. This is something what is very important, and we were working on that very hard. So for the pre-sale itself and also for the launch, what we have done on the centralized exchanges 11 days ago, it was obvious that people just understand the project, they understand the product, and they are very happy with that. Also, the third point of our values is having always audited fully doxed team. This is something what we are very proud of, that we are not a hidden team. We are fully public. We are just showing everything what we are doing, and our faces are literally everywhere. We are registered in Czech Republic, in European Union. We are paying taxes here, so we are not here to just leave the project once we achieve some certain goals. No, we are here as a professional gaming studio. We are here to deliver the product as best as possible. So our value is to be developed by a professional gaming studio or any form of professional studio, development studio. This is something what is very crucial, and we were thinking about it at the very beginning of the idea of SpaceCatch. As we see, and you probably are having a very close experience with that, we are seeing a lot of projects having fantastic ideas. Unfortunately, the execution is very poor. We are not going this way, and that's the reason why we merged with the Pixel Field and why we are doing everything with professional people and professional teams who are working together for years, and they know what to do and they know what to expect. This is something what we are very proud of, that we are bringing a professionality and the industry standards of the Web2 gaming industry to the Web3 gaming industry. And that's the reason why we believe that we also will be among the top of gaming projects. The first and the most important value what we have here in the team is 100% product delivery. And this is something what is also very, very, very close to the today Ask Me Anything session and the announcement what is going to be here, as we as a team are always trying to deliver what we promise. From the very beginning, from 2022, we were promising that we are going to do a game, that we are going to do a public beta, that we are going to do a pre-sale, that we are going to do as such certain marketing. And what we promised, we delivered. This is one of the strongest value what we have here, and we will be always focusing on that. Once we promise something, we will just deliver. So let's have a look on the current development and where we are right now. From the 2022, with the 0.1.0 beta version and having just the draft of the concept of the SpaceCatch, we are here in April 2024 with having listed Catch token on the exchanges, on the initial exchanges, having a huge market cap and the fully diluted market cap, having a fantastic supporting community, and having a huge amount of people in the team focusing on the product delivery. As you probably heard the rumors, the announcement is that this April, we are going to launch the public beta. We will be talking about the public beta right now, because this is something what you need to understand and to understand the potential where we are right now. With SpaceCatch, we are still at the beginning, and you, as one of the earliest community members, you are still early. We are at the beginning, as right now, in fact, we have quite a cool marketing, we have a cool product, but we still do not have a product being publicly announced and launched. So, as we promised that the public beta will be available in April 2024, guys, so here it is. On 22nd April 2024, the public beta will be available for the testing for all of you. So on the 22nd April 2024 is one of the most important days in April for the SpaceCatch, as we are going to launch the public beta for you guys to try it and to test it. We were very focusing on development itself, and we didn't want to deliver the public beta having basic versions. So we were actually planning to launch the beta even earlier, but on the 22nd, we will deliver you quite a cool game, not finished and polished, but a really cool game with all the tutorials, with the invasions, with the fully combat mode, with the advanced augmented reality, with the various animations of the aliens. So you guys, you will be able to try it and really feel what we were doing for the last year. And we are very proud of the product because we believe that you will love it, especially compared to other web-free gaming projects. We are really heading to the different level. Please, Dominik, if you would like to add something about the beta and about the development, you can right now. And after your introduction of the beta, we can move to the Ask Me Anything session and answering the questions.
Thank you so much, Martin. Thank you for such a great introduction. Yes, so finally the news is out there, and the beta is being very, very closer than ever. We are super excited about getting the beta into your hands, so that you can finally play the game yourself and give us feedback as well. As Martin mentioned, the original launch of the beta was planned a little bit earlier, but we basically didn't want to create something. Some of you that might be even here listening have already had opportunity to try out the pre-alpha version that we've rolled out. Oh, it was probably a year ago or so. It's been a long time now, and we wanted the beta to really feel different, and so that you can fully see the change and the progress that we've made, because there is a lot. So just to talk briefly about what you would be able to experience in the beta version, just to get the expectation completely right. So as Martin mentioned, basically the beta provides it's not a final game. It's definitely not fully polished. Definitely doesn't have a full sort of end-to-end experience of the whole game. Most notably, where I can basically explain the limitations, is for example a storyline. So the beta offers fairly limited, shorter gameplay as opposed to the full game, where we have sneaked in a quest for you, which is actually something we didn't plan to do originally, but why we're basically taking the time and why we've postponed the beta a little bit, so that we can do that and we can offer you a bit of a guided quest experience as your sort of initial minutes and hours that you spent in the beta. But other than that, there is no long-term story to uncover or to follow, which is basically the biggest difference probably from between the beta and the final game. But other than that, you will have a taste of what SpaceCatch is going to be like even in the public version, in terms of basically setting up your character again in a limited way. For example, there is not much character customization going on right now. It's basically a character that is assigned to you, and you play as the character during the beta. But you already have a full access to the map, which contains basically the aliens that you can find, the hubs and shelters. Invasions are happening in the world around you, and you can already organically interact with the invasions. Invasions are basically a sort of organic local events that happen automatically within the game, where basically it's up to a group of players to come together and repel the alien invasion and collaborate and work together. You don't have to meet in person, although it would be definitely fun and interesting, and we've done it with a few testers, so it is actually fun to play in a group. But you can even do it sort of async, everyone on a different street, never talking to each other, but you can still sort of join forces and participate and defeat your local hub or shelter from alien invasion, and of course get rewarded for doing so. So that's all available to you, as well as the fight experience itself, and the whole fighting battle sequence is something that we are extremely proud of. We've been really trying to create something that has not really been done before in the AR space, because we felt like AR is such a great technology and something that is heavily underutilized. If we compare it, for example, to VR, which got much more popular in gaming and so on, although, for example, I personally believe VR gaming is not as fun as AR could be. So we wanted to really create something completely new, and basically give you a really varied and really interesting fighting gameplay in AR. Hopefully, you've already been able to see that in one of the previous devlogs. I think it was the second devlog that we've rolled out, where I was actually showing you some of the gameplay footage. I hope it's no secret, and I hope Martin will not be mad with me. We are expecting a devlog coming out very soon with some more footage of the pre-beta gameplay. So you can look forward to that as well, of some more walkthrough of what we can do there. And so yeah, after you fight with the Alliance, after you spend your time with battling them, you can either catch them or kill them, which is also one of the mechanics that you would be able to sort of see in the beta, although you will not be able to feel the full effects of this. Because one of the things why SpaceCatch is different from any other sort of AR game out there, whether that's Pokemon Go or any of the other sort of big franchises that had their game, is that we want to really offer a varied gameplay for different gameplay styles. Because we see SpaceCatch first and foremost as an RPG. This is where I absolutely love when Martin mentioned that we're sort of trying to bring the best Web 2.0 things into Web 3.0, Web 3 world, because we see it first and foremost as an RPG game, and good RPG gives you a bit of freedom, gives you sense of your own progression, sense of being able to come up with your own builds and find your own fun in the game, which might be sometimes exactly the same as developers intended, but also sometimes you might find fun in the things that developers did not focus on primarily. Whether it doesn't matter if we talk about games such as Skyrim and Fallout and big AA pieces or smaller indie games. I think this is a very important aspect, and that's something that we've been focusing on a lot, and we've tried to bring you. Again, this is one of the things where, because the beta is limited in its scope, in the length of the gameplay that you will have, so you will not get a full extent of it, but we definitely hope that you will get a taste of it. I can already mention, and that hasn't been, I think, mentioned before, that you would be able to, for example, have a melee guns as well as basically projectile-based guns, weapons. Sorry, I didn't mean guns with the melee, but of course weapons like knives and swords and other things like that, which already in itself creates a very different dynamic when you're jumping around on the street trying to fight the alien. It's sort of, again, super fun to see how different people approach the fights a little bit differently. So that's something that we are looking forward to get your feedback on. Again, I can't stress this really enough. The beta is really a beta. It's our first big scale experience with you guys playing the game. And this is what we need the most. This is where we need the community. What we're hoping for to get here is for you to give us your unfiltered impressions, give us your feedback, let us know what has been fun for you, what has been a little bit obtrusive, what has been a little bit annoying, so that we can focus on these things and create really balanced experience. One of the things that I know has been already asked before, so I'm sort of I think I'm unofficially starting with the AMA, Martin. One of the things that were asked many times has been the difficulty of the game, which is something that, compared, for example, to the gameplay footage we've shown before, is something we've been working on and tweaking quite a lot. We want SpaceCatch to be, yes, casual friendly to a certain extent, but definitely a challenging game. We want you to really have a bit of sense of fear, maybe is the right word, when you fight the aliens, and for you to a little bit be worried about whether you would be able to defeat them or not. So that's something that we've been tweaking quite a lot, and you would be able to try that in beta yourself as well. And we definitely hope to create some of the Dark Souls style frustration in the beta as well. So I hope we'll make that happen, and we'll get some nice feedback from this. And so that's, I think, for the introduction. And Martin, we can start with the questions if we're ready.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Dominik, for the introduction of the beta. I'm very happy that you also mentioned the devlog, because here are the call to action for you as a community. Right now on the website, there is implemented a countdown to aiming to the 22nd April 2024, when the beta will be available for all of you. So you can go to the website and request for the beta. So you will be one of the earliest who will just get to know the fresh information that the beta is available. Also, Dominik mentioned the devlog, and I'm very happy for that because, as you probably, being a community member, as you noticed that we are launching or we are doing the devlogs for you guys. So right now we have available free devlogs, but at the moment we are currently being publishing the devlog number 4, when you can see also some other team members and some other aspects of the game and of development and so on. So the final call to action for you is going to just request for the beta, and once you will be playing the beta, just give us a feedback. We really value the feedback of the community, and we really value the feedback of the people who are just trying the new product, what they were not in touch with any time before. As Dominik mentioned, I see a lot of faces here who were already testing the closed beta last year, but from that point of time, the beta is way more advanced and is looking basically completely different and way better than the last year. So guys, the call to action: give us a feedback. We are really listening your thoughts, and we will try to implement everything as best as possible for the final launch this year. So that was from the introduction, and let's have a look on the very common questions what we were receiving as a team. Basically, we can divide the questions to about the game, about the marketing, about the following centralized exchanges, and about the Van Lambo and Van Binance. So basically, let's have a look at that, because I really believe that it will be important for the people to understand why everything in SpaceCatch is being done in a right order and step by step. As I mentioned from the very beginning, we are still early. We have not even launched the public beta, and all of those exchanges and all of those partners and VCs, they need to see some progress. So we are heading there to just get step by step, and later this year launching the best augmented reality game with Web3 features, and just to win this bull run with a huge success. So basically, the first and very common question is, when we started this project, if we believed in a great success. Right now, we were talking about this across our core team, and we still would like to remain that we are at the beginning, and the great success will come with the game itself. We have not launched even the public beta. We have not collected a feedback from you as a community. So we have still a lot of work in front of us, and we really understand that. As a professionals in the gaming industry, what is, by the way, bigger than the movie industry and the Hollywood itself, we understand that the product delivery is the most important one. So we really appreciate that you are just giving us support in the game itself creation, and we really believe that you will give us also a great feedback on the public beta. So right now we are just considering our steps as being right based on the data we see that community is cool, that our pre-sale was fantastic, our launch was even more fantastic, our partners are very happy with our performance, so we believe that we are on the best track for the biggest success in the GameFi of this year. So this is like for the introduction. The set of questions is about the marketing. I understand that the marketing is for the crypto people or the crypto investors mostly, like very crucial. And us as a team, we are extremely focusing on the marketing itself. And even more, we are focusing on the data collection. As you know, our pre-sale of our first NFT sale was done in 33 seconds. What was a fantastic success. Unfortunately, having a pre-sale long 33 seconds, you are limited in the data collection. So that's the reason why our pre-sale of the token was done in about 2 months. And actually it was a 6 weeks net time. And we were collecting data. We were just launching the influencers. We were launching the banner ads. We were launching the Google. We were just collecting the data as much as possible for the future future episodes of the marketing of the SpaceCatch. So right now we have a data collection, what we proved in the launch itself, those 11 days ago, that we are really good in the numbers, and basically we launched a really cool marketing campaign. And this is not the end. We will definitely continue. We are still collecting the data, and we will be pushing hard with the marketing, as we understand that without the marketing in crypto, we would be dead. So don't worry, we are very, very focusing. I would say we are extremely focusing on the numbers. And with our marketing team, we are doing great plans. And I believe that even the marketing for the public beta itself will be even bigger than for the initial listing itself. So we will attract a lot of people, a lot of users. We will have a lot of users on the public beta itself. And I can assure you that this will help us a lot with the negotiations, also with other partners, VCs, centralized exchanges, and also, as you are still wishing, about the Binance. So once talking about the Binance, no, we will not be listed this month on Binance. I understand, like, when Pump, then Lambo, then Binance, and the best question so far was in the community that the wife is asking when the family will get rich with the Catch token investment. We are really doing everything in the right order, and as you know, we have one of the most powerful profile on the Binance Square. We were awarded by Binance Square by Binance. We are in very close touch with Binance itself. I'm not saying that we are going to be listed there right now, but we are doing everything to get things done right to achieve this goal. As also for us as the team, this would be the biggest success of the project besides the success of the game itself. So we are working on that. Well, also very cool question actually was from the community if we plan to do or if we consider to get any funding from the VCs from the venture capitals. Actually, yes, we do. And we are in touch with many VCs right now. I need to say here that all of those VCs, as also other partners, they are waiting basically right now for the results and the feedback of the community for the public beta launch. As right now, basically for the VCs, we do not have a product, but we will have the product. And right now, you know that in those 2 weeks. So they are waiting for the feedback, they are waiting for the active daily users, and they are waiting for the retention rate. So we are doing as maximum as we can to just give them those numbers. And that's also the reason why we need your feedback on the game and on the public beta, as this is something very crucial, what will help us to improve the game and the concept itself for the final launch, what is right now planned for the September of 2024. So for the VCs, yes, we are in touch with them. We are definitely willing to give up on equity. We will not sell them the tokens because we don't want VCs to have tokens because they can, be a big token holder who can dump the price. We don't want to do that. We don't want to hurt the price. We don't want to hurt the community. So the only thing we will allow VCs to invest in is the project itself through the shares, through the equity. So this was related to the VCs. Here, I would like to say that for the VCs, the equity is very important or very useful, I would say, because as I mentioned also before, the gaming industry is even bigger than the Hollywood. So they are very interested in the equity, and they are very interested and understand that if the game will be successful and the feedback from the community will be great and the retention rate and all the numbers and all the set of the numbers will be fine, we have a chance to be a very, very prosperous product. So this is the reason why we are in touch with VCs, and VCs are very, very active and very eager for numbers, what we are willing to give them once we launch the public beta. So basically in the following 3-4 weeks from right now. So Also, other questions were related to the meetups and the community offline or on-site meeting. Right now, we do not plan any meeting or any SpaceCatch conference, but what I can say, as I mentioned, we as a team are going to attend in next week the token 2049. So we can meet there, and we can discuss. We can have fun and just have a look on all the aspects what you are interested about the SpaceCatch. We will be there the whole week. So we will have definitely enough time. So if you will be there, we can meet there. So related to the game itself, there were multiple questions if the game will be available worldwide or only in certain countries. We are not going to limit countries. We will obviously restrict only those countries on the blacklist, but we tend to offer the best gaming web-free experience to all of the users around the world, around the globe. Also, we will not do any restrictions on the age. If you are very young or very old and you would like to play SpaceCatch, you will have a chance for sure. Also, questions related to the training their avatars, because as Dominik mentioned, the SpaceCatch is going to be it's going to implement the best from the RPG games. Sorry. So you as a player, not in the beta, but later in the final game, you are going to build your avatar. So we will give you also a chance to implement your physical activities to the game, and you will be building by your physical activity your avatar as well. There were multiple questions about how we are going to ensure that people are not going to scam that or do a fraudulent any activities. So don't worry, guys, we are working on that. Right now, what I can say, we will be mostly checking the steps and the running activity as the strongest activities, what can be very well checked, and the risk of the frauds are very low. So also very important question related mostly to the game and also to the blockchain is if we are going to have a bug bounty program, and how we are testing the game itself and the beta. So basically right now, the bug bounty, as it's an industry standard and it's something what is must have, and us as a project, we also implemented this. So if you, for example, check the Certic, the Skynet of the Certic, the audit company, you can see that we have a bug bounty there, for example, for the contract. Also, we have a bug bounty for the game itself. And now I would like to give a chance to talk to Dominik, because we have a question here. If the professional gamers are also testing the public beta, or if just only casual players. So Dominik will give you some insight how professionally the game testing itself it's done, and it's completely different experience than the fun gaming itself. So Dominik, go ahead.
Thank you so much. Such a great question. I love it when questions ask about the process of the game dev itself. So basically, the testing of the game can be split into several different layers that are all equally important. So what we basically have as a sort of first layer of testing is our internal basically game dev testing. This means that basically the team comes together to test several aspects of the game, and we obviously employ all the industry standards things. It's the same whether you're developing a game, whether you're developing a mobile app or a financial system for a bank. That's basically the same. We have a certain test scenarios that we follow. We test both the usability and the user acceptance, but also we run different automated tests and basically things to ensure that the infrastructure works well and so on. So that's the first layer that we have. The second layer are the basically a playtest, which is exactly what you probably imagine under that world. So playtests are basically us getting together with different gamers, not necessarily industry professionals, just regular people who might be interested in the game, not necessarily as fans, but basically who fit the profile of the target audience, to basically observe them, how they play the game, how difficult it is for them, how clear, understandable it is, what they like and dislike, and so on. This is a methodology, again, industry standard, which it's been popularized quite a lot by Valve, for example, while working on the Portal game series. They've been playtesting every week, which is absolutely awesome. We're trying to get to this as well. We do it every couple of weeks, but still, it's something that gives us all confidence that what we're building is actually fun and cool. And then there is the third layer, which probably that's what the original question I assume was about, which is basically a dedicated professional sort of gameplay testing, but sort of from not just from a regular sort of players and regular users, but done sort of with a professional testers and players as well, which is something we have employed to the process as well, and we have both, as I said, testers on our team, as well as basically employing a external testers whose only job is literally to play all the games coming all the way from the AAA products and basically test out the game in that sense. And through all of these three layers, we basically ensure that not only the game is as bug-free as possible, is running as smooth on different devices as possible, but also, most importantly, if you can actually play it, if it's actually fun, if you can actually do the things that we said to do, and so on. And so that's the answer. Bit expensive, but hopefully good.
Thank you, Dominik. Thank you. So let's continue also with the questions, what are very important for the token holders mostly. So there were questions about the buyback scheme or the token burn plan. So yes, as we mentioned also before, we are going to implement such activities, as those activities will be done once the final game will be launched, and the part of the profits will be used for the buyback token, and then later the token burns of those buyback tokens. So we are going to do this activity as one of the most common in our industry. So we will do that. Also, multiple questions about the coin market cap and the coin gecko. Our admins were trying to answer all the details about that, but I would like to mention also here, because I believe that multiple of you are interested in that. We have filled all requirements of CoinMarketCap and the CoinGecko, but right now we are waiting for them. We are waiting for the confirmation of the market cap, as once we filled all the documents and everything is verified, we are still waiting for their confirmation. Even though we applied for the priority, they need some time to verify everything, so we need to just wait. So at this moment, I would like to ask you to just be patient, as we believe that it will be done maximum within days. So maybe the last question or the topic what we should discuss today is the roadmap for this year and the following weeks and months, and discuss what are the most important next priorities. The question basically was if the team have enough funds and strong community to achieve those milestones, and both, I need to say, huge yes. Thank you to the community, and thank you to the all rounds of fundings, and also our internal fundings what we have. We have absolutely no problem to deliver the results what we promised that will be delivered at the probably September as planned this year. So the biggest milestone this year will definitely be September as the final launch of the SpaceCatch. Later on, as in the gaming industry, we will obviously do updates. We will be adding new in-games and so on. But right now, we are really focusing mostly on the delivering the full game, as the most important in our industry is delivering the product. Obviously, it will not be everything what we will do till the September. So at the end of this April 22nd, we are going to launch the public beta. It will be followed by the secondary listings. I know that most of you are very important in that, and I would like to ensure you that we are really working very hard on the listings, and the listings will be announced at very strategic moment, as we are really trying to balance between the game itself and the centralized exchanges. It's a requirement of the exchanges, and we also understand that the balance in the whole development itself and the product and the project progress is very, very important. As I mentioned, we are going to attend the Dubai, the Token 2049. We are going to be there with all our partners, with the exchanges where we are already listed, and all the exchanges where we are going to be listed in following weeks and months. So guys, as you know, stay tuned. We will announce all of those activities once it will be ready and once it will be good from the strategic point of view. So this is something what we wanted to share with you at all. We believe that you will really love the public beta. And again, I would like to remind you that the call to action for you right now is to go to the website, check the countdown, and just request for the beta. And later, once the beta will be available, please give us a feedback, as it's one of the most valuable things what you can do right now, to give us a feedback, and we will provide as best product as possible to collect the greatest data as possible, what will be very useful for the future communications and the development itself. So Dominik, if you would like to add something at the end, you can. It's your turn now.
Thank you. Absolutely. I want to thank everyone for the interest and support of the game and of the project as a whole, because we know it's not just the game itself. We're really excited of having you here, and we really look forward to giving you the beta. So please stay tuned. Please keep supporting us. We absolutely need this. This is a fuel for us to keep going and keep coming with new ideas and so on. And please let us know how you've enjoyed the beta after you had a chance to play it. The date is now very soon, so it's really exciting times for us.
Fantastic. Thank you. So thank you very much for everyone who are attending the Ask Me Anything session. I'm really happy that we have such a strong supporting community, and us as a team, it's really fueling us with the energy to deliver the best product as possible and just to satisfy all the community members, as we already did probably with the launch, as most of the or many of the people had a chance to earn X50 from the final pre-sale round. So thank you again. Have a nice morning, noon, afternoon, or evening, depends where you are, and stay tuned for the 22nd. We are really looking forward to give you the game and collect the feedback from that. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a nice day.